Hi, it's Paula Disbro. Welcome back to another episode of PK.EDU. I am thrilled to be here today with my friend Jesse Griffiths, my friend and also the star of Austin's farm and field and coast to table chef. His restaurant PK.EDU is just around the corner, conveniently, and we've had a lot of great cooking adventures, and really I'm honored to be cooking with him today.
Got some beautiful Gulf oysters here, kind of at the tail end of the oyster season, you know, late spring. But these look absolutely beautiful, and I think they're going to be really good with a little smoke added on the grill.
Can I show you how I do it, my approach?
Please.
When I shuck oysters, basically I like a little stability to hold the oyster, and I don't want to stab myself with the knife because they can be tricky, right? See that little opening there? I try to find it, and then I gently work it in. Some of them pop right open and you feel like you're good at it. You kind of work the knife around. Now, others are tricky. So it takes a bit of finagling, and I have the feeling Jesse is going to make this look much easier, be much faster.
I do it a little bit differently. I like to hold it in my hand, but essentially it's going to be the same thing, like where you're finding that little seam right there, and then I'll twist it until I get it open like that. I'll clean my knife off, and then I run that knife along the top of the shell, and that opens it really quickly, and I'll just scoop that so that it'll come off a little bit easier.
Okay, we're done shucking, and I guess if we take a count, we'll see that Jesse's a bit faster than me. He did quite a few more, but I think mine are looking beautiful. I'm very excited to get these babies on the fire.
Yeah, me too. So I'm just going to add just a little pinch of chorizo to each one. I just want a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of lemon zest. Next, I'm going to do a little bit of the breadcrumb. I just, in a pan, heated up some olive oil, and then on this microplane, I just took a clove of garlic and put that in the pan as well. And now I'm just going to grate a little bit of this cotija on top.
So we've got our shucked oysters, and this is a compound butter that I made last night. You can make it up to 2 days in advance, and it's made with chopped parsley, minced scallion, lemon zest, and a little hot sauce, and it's seasoned with Fishmonger, a Fire and Smoke Society blend devoted to all things seafood, fish. So you got a little bit of compound butter. The butter is going to melt with those salty juices of the oyster. Now I'm topping it with some Parmesan.
That looks good.
I'm excited to try both of them.
Oh yeah.
Let's get these babies going.
Yeah. All right, we got these on the grill. I want to cover them, get a lot of ambient heat moving on the inside. So we're going to close it up. We're going to get both of our vents open all the way and make sure that both of my bottom vents are wide open. So basically just lots of airflow.
Okay, plenty of these are almost there, and what I'm looking for is, see how those juices are simmering and the edges, the lips of the oysters have started to curl. That tells you it's cooking, it's pulled together, it's shrunk a little bit, like Jesse said. And that guy, right? Can I pull him, Jeff? Yeah. Smaller ones, you know, just you have to pay attention a little bit because the way the heat is circulating in your grill and the size of the oyster is going to determine what's done. All right, we've got our bubbly. I'm really ready to dig in. I want to taste yours first.
I've had my eye on this specific one the whole time.
I love how your breadcrumbs crisp up. There are so many textures and flavors in this one bite.
I'm going in for another one.
They're so good.
My preferred fish for this would be red drum or redfish or black drum, which is what we've got here. This is some beautiful black drum fillets that we got from Quality Seafood here in Austin. So this is literally just sliced onions cooked in butter until the onions are tender. I don't want to get them brown at all. And then I just want to come in with a knife, and I'm going to just score them a little bit to help that butter, especially in the thicker parts. I'm going to season these fillets with just a little bit of salt, and then I'm going to come back and add a little bit of the fishmonger. Okay, so for any kind of half shell, what I like to have is a very, very, very hot fire. I've got all my coals on this side. I can hold my hand maybe 2 seconds. So I'm just going to drop these right on the grates, skin side down, like so. Got my vents all the way open. Get a lot of airflow and a lot of heat going, and then I'm just going to close it up. Okay, you can see we've got, I mean, the scales and skin are downright burnt. That's actually what we want. It's nice and smoky. We've got tender, cooked through fish, so we are ready to come off the grill. And we're not going to eat those scales. Those are just the cooking vessel, and we're in business.
Jesse, this looks absolutely gorgeous.
I think
I can't wait to dig in. Can I have a bite?
Please, please, please.
Look how it flakes. It's cooked to perfection.
And it's not that hard to do. So usually most fishmongers will know what half shell means, and I'll call up and be like, hey, I just need a couple fillets for half shell.
Okay.
Red drum, black drum, snapper will work. Anything that's got some sizable scales to it
exactly.
will work really well.
So please stick around. Next, I'm going to fire up some smoky shrimp and orzo with olives and other good things. Super easy and delicious. Hey there, we're back for Islands in the Stream, Paula and Jesse, and what I'm going to make for you right now is one of my favorite go-to weeknight dishes. It's smoky shrimp with orzo. So we're starting with 2 pounds of peeled and deveined shrimp. I'm going to drizzle it with olive oil, enough to lightly coat. And I have some chopped marjoram here. You can use any herb you like. Thyme or oregano would also be delicious. I'm going to season the shrimp with fishmonger. Stir that together. You can marinate the shrimp before you light the grill and let it set at room temperature for 30 minutes or so, or you can do it up to 4 hours in advance and keep it in the fridge. So this is good to go, and next we're going to move to the grill. Okay, so this entire dish is going to come together in a paella pan. You can also use a large cast iron skillet. There was a time when I grilled a lot of shrimp in a grill basket, but then I realized I was losing all of those delicious flavors and juices to the fire. And you want it preheated so you get an instant sear the minute it hits the surface. So this is plenty hot. I'm going to drizzle it with olive oil. You can see I've already got a sizzle, and I'm going to add crushed garlic cloves and chili peppers. Now, you may ask, can I chop the garlic? I would say yes. Can I use crushed red pepper flakes instead of arbol chilies that I'm using? Yes. I gotta move fast on this one, so I have a hot skillet. So, we've got the wonderful, the marjoram and the fishmonger on the shrimp. This is gonna cook in about 3 minutes. So, I'll try to be patient, which is not easy for me. But I'll give it a toss every now and then. We're going to char these lemon halves that will be used to finish our dish. There we go. I'm only closing it because of the flare up. You don't have to. I still have a sense of how my shrimp is cooking, which is quickly. So I'm going to open it in another 30 seconds and give it another stir. And close it. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. So you might have noticed the lemons I put on the grill had already been peeled, and that's because I cooked orzo in advance. Somehow my microplane disappeared. I blame my husband. So I just want to show you something else you can do if you can't find your microplane or you don't have one. I peeled them into strips with a carrot peeler, and now I'm just cutting them into thin slices. So that is what is already in my orzo, enough with, along with a drizzle of olive oil just to keep it from sticking while everything else is coming together. Okay, I'm sure the shrimp has to be ready. It's had a good sizzle. You can see how it's curled up. It's nice and pink. So we're going to finish this dish. What we're going to do is add about a half cup of chopped parsley and an entire bunch of thinly sliced scallions, including most of the green parts. And about a cup of Castelvetrano olives. You can use any kind of olives you like. You can chop them if you like, but it's nice to have big bites of olives, so I'm going to leave them whole. See, it's still nicely sizzling over here on indirect heat. While the grill was heating, I cooked a pound of orzo. Now you want to cook this just to al dente or even a little bit under because it's going to finish on the grill. A nice final drizzle of olive oil, some pepper, a little hit of salt. Stir this together. So that's looking nice. You can see everything's coated in the olive oil. So in addition to the lemon zest, I'm going to add some charred lemon juice. On the side here, I've grilled lemon halves. See how they're charred and a little blackened? That's going to add a nice smoky flavor. Last but not least, folks, keeping it in kind of that Greek Mediterranean profile, we're going to top it with 6 to 8 ounces of crumbled feta. One more hit of black pepper. A table, who's hungry? Beach house dinner, speedy shrimp with orzo and charred lemon and olives. Super simple and super delicious. All right, Jesse, I'm eager for you to try this, and I want to know if it's something you would, fire up on the coast sometime. You like it? For me, it's all about the olive and the lemon zest and the sharp feta.
I get the herbs first, that marjoram.
Oh yeah, I do.
I love that.
Bronson, you gotta get in there. Can I hand you some? You've been very patient today. I know it's been a lot to take in. This was fun, Jesse. We should do this more often.
I don't live very far from here.
I know. We've knocked out a lot of delicious seafood today, if I do say so myself. It's been easy and fun. All of these recipes are going to be available to you on pkgrills.com or fireandsmokesociety.com. We had a blast. We're definitely going to do it again. So I hope you'll come back and see us.
Yeah, thank you.